Hey guys, John from Math Avenue here. I'm going to give you a review and talk about how I use Warm Audio's EQP-WA. So I have a Warm Audio EQP-WA that I use in my studio. It's supposed to be like a Pultec knockoff of an EQP-1A. Really, I'm limited on my knowledge about this. I've been using it. I use it in my signal chain for vocals, which I talked about in my Neve video. Sometimes I run into issues with it. One being is that sometimes the high end is a little harsh. So I'm still really learning how to use it accurately in my studio. So I'm going to give a little run through of it. I'm going to show it up close and talk a little bit about it. But really I need input from you guys. Do you know how to use this best, and especially on vocals, because that's what I use the signal chain a lot on. So if I could get some input from y'all about how to use this best with vocals, if the high-end thing is that something I'm doing wrong elsewhere, or is it something I'm setting wrong on there. Okay, so here's my Warm Audio EQP-WA up close. Now I'm holding this with my hand so that I can get up close to it. I don't have a gimbal or anything, so ignore the shakiness. So what we got here is we've got a boost and cut section for the low end. So you select either 20, 30, 60, or 100 hertz here, and you can either cut or boost, or you can cut and boost. And that's really, from what I understand, where the magic of these Pultecs happens, is you can cut and boost a frequency at the same time and kind of make a little peak inside of a valley. So I'm still learning really how to best utilize that function in my signal chain. I think here I was recording a snare, and I like the 200 hertz region of a snare, so I cut and boosted it at the same time, because I think that kind of gives a fat sound to that snare. But if you have a better way of doing that, let me know. So then here you got your bandwidth, so you can make it sharp or broad, you know, depending on 1 to 10 here, and that, I believe that makes your bandwidth for both the low and the high section. So over here we have the high section, and what's cool about this is you have a different section for the cut and a different section for the boost. So you can select to boost one frequency and cut a different frequency, or you can boost and cut the same frequency. Here I was trying to get, I think, some air on that snare that I was recording. Again, I'm not positive. I can't remember what the last thing I was recording on this was, because I went through a phase here recently where I was using the 4710D a lot, so I wasn't running through the Pultec very much. But yeah, this is the up close version of it. I also use this on vocals. Now again, what I was talking about earlier, sometimes the high end can be a little harsh. So I've actually, this 10K on vocals, sometimes if I'm not careful, it can get really harsh. The S's can start to cut really bad in the mix, and I can get a lot of plosive P's and stuff in there. And I'm using 2, sometimes 3 pop filters on some people to kind of really tune their voice. But, you know, if I'm boosting too much 10K, there's not much I can do about that. So a word of warning for that, you know, be careful how much 10K or even how much of anything you put into something, because, you know, your ears can deceive you on a lot of this stuff. I also have used this on acoustic guitar to kind of bring out the mid-range a little bit, the lower mid-range. I've used this over here. And yeah, that's about it. I'm still learning how to use this one accurately. So if you know or have any tips or tricks about how to use this one and get the most out of it, leave me a comment and let me know. Hope you enjoyed this video about my Warm Audio EQP-WA. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you could, subscribe to my channel, ring the bell, and I'll see you guys next time.